Here is the truth nobody in HR leadership will say to your face. You could be the hardest working HR professional in your building doing anything and everything right and still get passed over the promotion. Not because you lack the skill, because you are invisible in exactly the wrong places. Welcome back. If you have ever watched a colleague with less experience walk out into the senior HR role while you wondered when what went wrong, this video is for you. Today, we are breaking down why capable HR professionals stall at middle career and what the ones who broke through actually do differently. The first pattern I see constantly is what I call the execution trap. You become so good at your job that leadership stops seeing you as someone who should be doing the bigger job. Your onboarding is perfect. Your compliance record is clean. Your stakeholders are happy and you reward. More execution work. The trap closely slows down. You get every feedback in a good way, but you never get the conversation about that comes next. Here is why. Executing brilliantly is not the same as signing or signaling the readiness for leadership. Leadership is watching for people who solve business problems, not just HR problems. The moment you bring a solution to a revenge challenge, a retention cost problem, or a productivity risk using HR data, you step out of the execution trap. Until then, you are the best possible version of invisible. This week, find a business problem that is not labeled an HR problem and bring your analysis to your next leadership conversation. The second reason mid-level HR professionals stall is what I call stakeholder invisibility. You have great relationship with your direct team, maybe a strong relationship with our HR director, but the C-suite, they do not really know you. Promotions happen in conversations you are not in the room for. Your CHRO nominates someone, the CFO asks who is it, the CEO either says great job or reminds me what they have done. If the CEO recall a single moment where you spoke intelligently about the business, you will not get that promotion. The fix is not possible. It is intentional access. Request for 20 minutes conversation with senior leaders, not to pitch yourself but to understand their strategic priorities. Ask smart questions, listen more than you talk. Over 6 months, you will have built more sponsorship than 3 years of executing quietly. Schedule one informal 20-minute conversation with a C-suite leader this month with no agenda, just genuinely curiosity about their biggest business challenge. The third shift is the most powerful and almost nobody does it until it is too late. It is the shift from nobody and HR language to business language. When you present to leadership, you are talking about engagement scores and training completion rates, or you talking about revenue risk from attrition, productivity loss from poor onboarding, and the cost per hire versus internal promotion. These are the same data points, but one vision gets budgeted approval and the other gets the polite nod and is forgettable by the next slide. Directors and CHROs do not think HR in metrics, they think the business outcomes. Your job is to translate, and when you do it consistently, you stop being seen as the HR person in the room and start being seen as the strategic partner who happens to specialize in people. Drop in the comments which one of these three problems are most recognizable in your career Be honest. I read every single comment. If this hit home, subscribe because every week I put out content designed specifically for ambitious HR professionals who are done being overlooked. Next week we are talking about exact promotion conversation you have been avoiding, including the words to use. See you then. Thank you and have a nice day.